RSVP with Lori, your soft life ambassador. Join me if you truly enjoy life. Please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey y'all, and we are back with Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 8, episode 2. We start out with where we left off, where Carlos was interviewing Sonny and Moses. They came on the stage, greet Mel, greet Carlos. Somebody in the crowd yelled out that Sonny crossed the line, and she was a little startled. I don't think she was ready because the crowd was not here for Sonny, and I don't think she was really prepared for that. I think she thought that the fans hated Destiny so much that they wouldn't mind what she did, but no, ma'am, you're not going to get away with that. Destiny told Carlos that she confided in Sonny, and Sonny denied it, said that wasn't true. She never talked to her about Moses. Moses never came on the show, etc. Moses says he saw Sonny in person in January of 23, but he didn't get her number until July of 2023. Mel cuts in and asks Sonny, well, hey, when did he end things with Destiny? Sonny says he didn't. That they were never a couple, an honest couple. They, I guess, were just messing around or whatever, and that Destiny wasn't taking care of her man and prioritizing the relationship. And she, on the other hand, knows how to do so. Now, I'm trying to figure out why Sonny is so mad. I'm trying to figure out what is the hostility and the hardness in her heart for Destiny when she was the one that was wrong. I don't understand people that stab you and then get mad because you bleed on them. That was kind of confusing to me. And Mel noticed the same thing. She said, well, it seems like it's a lot of anger here, a lot of emotion. Y'all need to have a sit down or whatever. I want to talk about that type of woman, though. The type of woman Sonny is. That if you met a man that I'm dating, I don't care if we broke up yesterday. I don't care if we broke up 10 years later. You have no business dating him. And then she says, well, this was a year after I stopped working for the show. This was a year after I stopped working for the show when we started dating. Ma'am, you met him as somebody you knew's boyfriend. You met him as Destiny's boyfriend. Let's stop playing the games. Like, she's playing semantics here, and nobody is gonna fall for that. At least I'm not gonna fall for it. Sonny says she doesn't owe Destiny any loyalty. She owes herself loyalty. So anybody that considers Sonny a friend, they probably have another thing coming. I definitely would never trust this woman. I don't know who would. Like, it sounds good that they were just happened to start dating and all of this and that. But the thing is, you have to make a conscious decision to date him. And she even questioned it herself. She said she couldn't sleep right at night, knowing that not knowing if Destiny didn't know that they were dating. But that was like well after the fact that she tried to tell Destiny. So my thing is, before you even had the first date, why wouldn't you pick up the phone and say, hey, do you mind? Would this be an issue with you? I wouldn't even have picked up the phone. I would have just told him no, because he clearly does not have any integrity to even be trying to date her. So it is what it is. I don't give men a pass, but I just believe men are going to be men, and they are only going to do what you allow them to do. That's the thing. A man can only do what a woman allows them to do. So if you know a man is in a relationship and you still chit chat on the phone with him, or he's married and you still meeting up with him, and you pretend like, oh, well, we're not having sex, so it's okay. No. If you're having conversations that their spouse does not know about, if you're having intimate conversations, it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. You got to be, I believe there would be no cheating if the other party has boundaries. If the other party has boundaries, and I know everybody gonna say, oh, well, I ain't marry her. I don't owe her nothing. Yes, you do. You owe yourself something. You owe yourself some self-worth to say, I'm worth more than a man sneaking around, dogging his wife out, and I believe his lies, and I'm gonna go ahead and still see him. Which is what most men do. I don't know. Sonny is too old not to know that. Most men are going to talk bad about their girlfriend or wife to convince you that, well, this is why I'm seeking somebody else, because, she ain't doing this and she ain't doing that. And the minute the man tells you that, you so naive, you going to make sure you do it. Like, the woman was clearly going through something with her divorce, and Moses was well aware of that. And then to throw that back in her face, I think is disgusting of both him and Sonny. And then Sonny went on to say, I don't know. She just seemed mad. I'm trying to figure out why she's so mad. I didn't get that part. Anyway, let's move on. Maurice and Marcel visit Martel at his ugly ass house. I mean, this house was so ugly to me. Like his entire life has been downgraded from the woman he's with, the lifestyle that he leads. That's why Martel's so mad, y'all. He look at the beautiful house that him and Mel had that he had to sell. Now look at the beautiful house he has to see when he goes to pick them kids up from Mel. And then he got to walk in his little that house. I didn't like that house one bit. I didn't like it at all. And I think he's renting again. I don't even think he was able to purchase because of the bankruptcy. But you can clearly see that the producers set the scene up. Maurice and Marcel just happened to be in the car together. They go see Martel. So that's why I'm getting tired of this show. It's like it's overproduced. Marceau asks Martel why he went on Tasha K. He has excuse after excuse after excuse, and he really believes that his behavior is okay. And I know the word narcissistic or narcissist is overly used in our community in this day and age, but Martel is a true narcissist. He does not believe his behavior is wrong ever. He never believes anything he says or does is not is wrong. He never believes that. No matter what he says, no matter what anyone else says, I don't care if the judge tell him he wrong. He's still not gonna say he wrong. And that's why Miss Marlene has done him a disservice by coddling him as a young child and even as a grown man, telling him you such a good dad. You was a good and you was a good husband. You just made a mistake. Having an affair for 5 years on your wife is not a mistake, stupid lady. Like that lady is such a dingbat. And I get it. Maybe I think Martel helps take care of her or whatever, or she feels like she owes him something. It's a lot of single mothers out here that overcompensate to their sons because their dad wasn't around and they know they made a bad decision with the father that they chose. But then they send monsters out here in this world for women to deal with, the women that date them, the women that marry them. And that's the only reason he won't leave Ariana alone, because she's going to coddle him. He knows she's not going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere no matter what he do or what he say, how many women she see him out in public with. He's going to talk his way out of it. And that's why he's with her. Okay, so Martel tells them, well, I had to do something. She just kept coming after me. She just kept coming after me. I don't remember this, and maybe y'all can help me in the comments. Mel constantly coming after him. I don't recall this. It's like made up in his mind. He really believes Mel is the reason that he's not successful right now. And again, if he had a real PR team and he actually listened to them, he could have rebranded himself and made himself look better in public. But he doesn't get that. We don't really care if Mel cheated on him while they were married, after they was married, during the divorce, whenever. None of that even matters. So him trying to prove that she was this hoe, it has nothing to do with it. Like, we don't care. Y'all divorced. We don't care what Mel did. We don't care that she was finna hit you with that baseball bat because you probably deserved it. We don't care nothing about that, Martel. That's the part you keep missing. Now, Marceau came for the millimeters just out of nowhere. It was just like out the blue. Nobody was talking about the fans or nothing like that. They was talking about the Tasha K interview, and I don't know if it's the editing or if it honestly just came out the blue, but it was so weird. And then, excuse me, he was just like, those fans are delirious and this and this and that. I think Carlos wanted to make sure he kept that in there because he don't like the millimeters either. And if you notice last episode, Tisha mentioned the millimeters, how she don't like them and she ain't going nowhere around them, etc. And it just shows his jealous heart. I mean, he's so envious that Mel actually has fans that he just don't know what to do with himself. Anyway, Martel wasn't listening at all. Even in his confessionals, he said he ain't trying to hear that. He hear them talking, but he ain't trying to hear it because they ain't never went through it, so they can't give him no advice. Maurice told him that everybody involved is running a race to the bottom. Now, I totally agree with that. It's like there will be no winners involved. No matter how bad Mel makes Martel look or how bad Martel makes Mel look, there's no winner in this race. Like I'm with Maurice with that. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. Now, Stormy meets with Kiki. She goes on to lie and blame everything on her mama that happened between the bloggers. She's clearly lying. Stormy knows she's lying. She confronts her and lets her know, hey, I really do want to be your friend, but you're going to have to be honest with me. Kiki said, yes, she knows she messed up, but excuse me, she still wants to blame her mama. I think the problem is Kiki has never gotten this much attention in her life, and she don't know how to handle it. And that attention from the blogs, she enjoyed it. She started thinking she had fans, because I can remember even on her lives, she believed she got fans and this and that. Girl, people was just wanted to be nosy. Them bloggers just wanted to be nosy and get a hands up um on what was going on, and you fell for it. I mean, it was complete stupidity on her part. Moving on, Tisha and Kimmy talk to Sunny. Kimmy invites Sunny to lunch, and she invites Tisha to lunch. Tisha is not aware that she had invited Sunny, but she wanted Tisha to be there. So because her and Tisha are both friends with Destiny. Again, you can clearly see the producers set this up. Kimmy's like, yeah, I just wanted to meet with Sunny because I heard she was in town for Carlos's podcast. Girl, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, producers, y'all really need to quit. We are not stupid. We are not stupid. And if Tisha thought she was so scandalous, why would you sit there and still eat lunch with her? Why wouldn't you just get up? You know why? Because the producer told them they had to have that conversation. Anyway, Sunny, again, why the hell are you mad? Because you did something wrong. I can't stand people like that. I can't stand people that do you dirty and then they got the nerve to be mad. She mentions how she helped, quote unquote, Destiny. Tisha tells her if she helped her, she should have just did it out the kindness of her heart and not be mentioning it. And she says that's the same thing Mel did. But I don't think it's the same thing Mel did, because Destiny tried to say Mel wasn't a good friend to her. So Mel had to remind her. That was on Destiny. Sunny is just saying this out the blue. Destiny really didn't say nothing bad about Sunny, except that she didn't like that her and Moses dated and got married. So I don't think that was the same. I just think Tisha tries to take a jab at Mel, however and whenever she can, and it's getting old. Moving on, that was that. She just says, she gives the timeline of when they dated and blah blah blah. I really wasn't too interested in that. Go on to Mel is at rehearsal. Kiki meets up with her. Yet another example. Every scene this episode, it's like either the cast is producing themselves or the producers are overproducing. Because I know Mel wanted to get that in there, that show herself at rehearsal and everything. Because why would you meet up with Kiki at your rehearsal? If you're rehearsing, that means you're wasting everybody else's time having a side meeting. So yeah, that didn't really make much sense to me, but I mean, okay, whatever. It just comes across as real phony. It's not giving reality TV at all. Anyway, Kiki, like I said, she is a lying, dirty dog. Kiki is a lying, dirty dog. She apologizes to Mel, but still blaming her mama. Mel ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it either, Kiki. She said Mel tells her she brought her on the show so that she could tell her story. She was supposed to be writing a book, I guess, and she was supposed to be sharing how she overcame her hurdles. And Mel was like, I ain't seen none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that's been going on is you fussing and fighting with your cousin, she was fussing and fighting with Tiffany. Like, you're not doing what you were supposed to be doing. And Mel lets her know, like, I took hits for you. People say I brought you on the show to go against your cousin, which wasn't true. And you let me down. You let me down. And she just lets her know, like, hey, you can't be in my close circle, because I can't be questioning people that's in my circle, and I don't know how I could ever trust you. Mel gives her signature send off. God bless you on your journey. And yeah, it's like, God bless you on your journey, but you won't be with me. And that was about it. They lead up to next episode's previews, and Mel will be talking to Neil Fletcher. Mel will be talking to Neil Fletcher. It was a few more things, but yeah, it wasn't to me, it was not a good episode. It seemed very forced. It seemed very overproduced. Like I said, I'm going to give this show this last season to see if I'm going to continue watching it. I will be reviewing every week, and I'm trying to be positive and not be so skeptical, but Carlos, this ain't it. Whatever you call yourself doing, this just ain't it. Hopefully it gets better. But I think this show plays out so much in real life that by the time the episodes they show us the episodes, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, that was it. Season 8, episode 2. And let me know you guys' thoughts down below if you made it to the end. Thank you so much for listening. And again, as always, these are my opinions, not the law. Love you.